Frank Center for the Arts in Marshall, Jacob Gates. Hi, Jacob.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Hi, Happy New Year to you.
So you've got a lineup that looks pretty killer.
Absolutely, yeah. Our winter season is always very busy over at the Frank Center, and we kick it off with one of our shows that is a perennial favorite that we have back every year, and that's the Irish Pub Night. That's featuring Kennedy's Kitchen. I think the last time we had Kennedy's Kitchen, immediately the next day people were saying, when are you going to have Kennedy's Kitchen again? So it's great. It's Irish storytelling, Celtic music, and it's in our downstage atmosphere, which is a really sort of intimate, cozy space. So it's really going to be a fun night.
Now, Kennedy's Kitchen, is it a family?
I believe that some of them are related, but they're not all related. It's a group of musicians, but they've been playing together for many years, so they're great.
So there'll be Guinness.
There'll be Guinness, there'll be Black and Tans, there'll be some Bailey's Irish Cream, and I don't know what else our bartender Bob has got cooking up, but definitely those will be there in addition to our normal fare. So.
Yeah, I think one of the things about Frank Center, you love to get people out of the cold during the winter, and you've got a couple of things that now are become, I think, like the Irish Pub Night. They're traditions now, winter traditions at the Frank Center and downtown Marshall.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a really fun time in the winter time at the Frank Center. We're really going on all cylinders. So the next thing coming up after Irish Pub is our Wolf Tree Film Festival, and as you say, this is our 5th annual film festival. So we're really excited about that anniversary. But those are short films from Great Lakes area filmmakers, and it's a fun night because it's really diverse. You have comedy movies, you have dramas, you have some that are, maybe animated, some that are a little more experimental. We usually have a documentary thrown in there. So it's really fun to walk out of that night because there's something for everybody, and people can go out and discuss, which film they like the best, why they liked it. So it makes for a really fun evening.
Have the films already been chosen?
They have been chosen. So this last week, the committee was sort of over the holiday season. We're always reviewing all of the films and getting together and picking. It's always really hard to pick which ones, but we want to always make it an entertaining night for everybody. So it's going to be a good one.
All right, that's January 21st. Then we hop into February, and this is one of the biggest events of the year, and that's the Ice Wine Beer and Blues.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a 2-day event. Starts out on Friday, the February 3rd, and it's for a beer and wine tasting. It's at 10 different locations in downtown Marshall. And for anyone who hasn't been in downtown Marshall in the winter, it's just beautiful down there. So it's really fun to walk around, stroll around, hit the shops. And there's beer and wine at these different locations, as well as a bunch of appetizers. So you can kind of stroll around, really have your dinner, have tastings of 10 different beer and wine selections that are specially curated. And then there's also special goblets that are made that you can buy, commemorative goblets. And then the next day we have a blues concert with Nora Jean Wallace, who is a wonderful blues performer out of Chicago. So that kind of wraps up that 2-day event, and it all is done in conjunction with Choose Marshall, but it does benefit the Frank Center. So it's a fundraiser and a really fun night. We often get about 600 people in downtown Marshall for that Friday event. So it's a big one because it's tons of fun.
Yeah, and it's what you would picture a winter festival to be, with ice carvings and people huddled and walking around with their goblet of wine.
Yeah, the ice carving is amazing. It's really fun to see. We have John Marucci, who's a master ice carver, and he's got a whole team out there. This year the theme is video games, so kind of everything from Pac-Man to Halo. There's kind of something for everybody, and it's always really fun to see how his team will apply themselves to a theme. I'm always excited to see what they come up with. So it's really fun. You can watch them actually out there live with the chainsaws and everything, actually creating these sculptures. It's incredible and fun to see.
Yeah, I think it was super cold the last time was it super cold or warm? I know we've had both.
We've had both. We've had really cold ones. We've had less cold. I feel like the last one was pretty cold. The time before that maybe really, really cold, but they all blur together. But it's a fun night anyway.
And Nora Jean Wallace, she looks like a blues singer.
She is. She's great. She is really one of those just classic Chicago blues artists. Has a phenomenal voice. And we're really pleased to have her headlining that festival. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, and you've also got, I think, there's little extra things that are happening each business is doing their own little thing?
Yeah, so some of the businesses will have, sometimes they'll have appetizers, some of them will have separate entertainment within their store. So it's kind of an adventure. Each shop that you walk into as a tasting location, you never know what you're going to get, right? Is it going to be beer? Is it going to be wine? And there's a few different selections of each one that are specially curated. So you get to kind of pick what you want to try. You don't know what hors d'oeuvres you're going to get because each one has different appetizers from local area restaurants who support. So it really is a big community event where we have restaurants involved, we have stores involved, we have the whole town, downtown involved, and it's all benefits the Frank Center. So it's a great event.
Cool. Yeah, in downtown Marshall, they've been just growing. You've had a number of new things, and I know Win Schuler's now has their hotel upstairs, and Grand River's been a big influence in the downtown.
Yeah.
A few new retailers have opened up. So.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate, even through the pandemic. I mean, Marshall downtown has stayed really strong, and it's only improving. I mean, we are getting some. Not only about Schuler's, there's the hotel, but there's also apartments. A number of the businesses downtown are getting apartments above. So it's stayed a really vibrant downtown, and it's only getting more fun and more vibrant. So yeah.
Next up, Broadway. You've got a Broadway show.
Yeah, we have, this is a partnership we're really excited about. So it's going to be Newsies, and it's going to be an absolutely huge production. It's middle schoolers and high schoolers. It's a cast of almost 100, and it's taking place at the Marshall High School. So this year they did not have a drama teacher, and they were kind of going, I don't know how we're going to go forward with having a play this year. So the Frank Center connected with them, and we decided to do a partnership so that they could still have a play there. And so it is going to take place at the Marshall High School Auditorium, which is a beautiful space. We're working in conjunction with Marshall Public Schools staff, and we're just really pleased and thrilled to be able to provide that service and work in collaboration with them to have that show. And it's going to be a great one.
So what's your job?
I'm the executive director. I come up with the idea and say, yeah, we should work together. But no, actually, I got to sit in on casting, which was really fun. And other than that, yeah, I just make sure that everything is going forward and the checks get signed. And then I get to be there and enjoy the show. So. And
bask in the applause.
Exactly, right.
So how many shows are they going to just do?
It's actually to be determined. There's definitely going to be 3. There may be a 4th added. So.
All right. Newsies.
Yep.
Then, and we're still in February.
There's a lot going on. Yeah. My grandma just the other day said, do you all maybe do too much at the Frank Center? I said, no, Grandma, we love it. Because there's something for everybody. We make sure that we cater to all different tastes.
Yeah, and I know gone out of your way during the pandemic to make sure that the stage wasn't dark. You did some virtual shows with the kids, Zoom shows and things like that.
Yeah, we did a Zoom play. We did some streaming concerts. We did some workshops that were sort of very, very small distanced and over Zoom and stuff like that. So we did try to stay creative to remain relevant and continue giving artists an avenue to connect with people and keep the arts alive. So we were very proud of that.
Nice. And then next in February, you've got a singer-songwriter, Ada Leanne.
Ada Leanne. Yeah.
Ada Leanne.
Yeah, we're so excited to have her. She's from Battle Creek, still is in high school at Lakeview, but is so amazingly talented. If you saw her on NBC's American Songwriter, and she got really far in that show. Her song Natalie is wonderful, and so we're really excited to welcome her to the Frank Center, and that's gonna be a fun one. We're excited that the pre-show, one of our sponsors is Cold Stone, so we actually have free ice cream before the show, so you can have some ice cream with Ada Leanne, then go up and see the show, and it's gonna be really wonderful to see somebody who's really an up-and-coming star. I mean, she's so talented.
I know some of these events will be full houses, so can people buy tickets for any of them at this point?
Yeah, they are all on sale now at thefrank.org. That's Frank with an E.org. So yeah, I encourage everybody to get their tickets early.
You can you get a whole series?
Yeah, so we do have series tickets available. We have our Flex ticket that's still available, and that allows you to choose 6 shows. So you can just kind of pick and choose the ones that work best for you, and then it's all on one ticket, so it's really convenient that way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then coming up, and we've got some more shows. We've got the Michigan Music Video Awards. And that's something, you created that, didn't you?
Yeah. So that's our second annual Michigan Music Video Awards. It's grown a ton. I just found out we've had 75 videos submitted. So it's really grown a lot in terms of artists just attention and connection to this. Last year we had the Accidentals headline. They absolutely knocked it out of the park with a wonderful show. This year it is going to be live music and videos being shown, and then awards, but we are going to choose several different performers based on the nominees that come in. So it's going to be really fun to see because you're going to get to see a few different performances. So yeah, we're really excited about that. And it's kind of cool because, if you've ever watched the Grammys or anything like that and say, oh man, I wonder what it would be like to be there or to walk the red carpet and be with all the artists. It's kind of a mini, Grammys in a way, because you get to be there. All the artists are going to be there. You kind of get that red carpet experience and get to really rub elbows with some of the greatest musicians in the state of Michigan. So it's a cool event.
Next, folk.
Yeah, so the Sweetwater Warblers, these are some of the most talented performers that we have. It's part of our Michigan Stars series, and it's May Erlewine, Rachel Davis, and Lindsay Liu, and they each have their own careers as individual artists, but they come together for this group, and they're just, their harmonies are amazing. They're masters of their instruments, master performers, incredible songwriters, so we're very pleased to have them for our Michigan Stars. Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
It just keeps going, right?
Yeah.
So Big Fat Meanies, that is going to be April 22nd. They are kind of like a little bit of a ska vibe, rock, kind of Paramore, ska energy. So rock and roll. It's going to be a really fun one.
I like the names, Big Fat Meanies and the Mushmen.
Yeah, the Mushmen are great too. So yeah, kind of getting into the more rock, more punk energy. It's going to be really fun.
And one more to preview, and that's
The Art of Drag. So we had the Art of Drag, the first one last year. It sold out. We almost sold it out before even getting tickets officially up on our website. That's how much. Yeah, that's how much attention this thing got. And this year it's going to be even bigger because we have Detox, who was from, I believe it was season 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Wow.
She is a very big star in the drag world, and so in fact there are only a handful of tickets left for that one. So if somebody sees this and they want to come to that one, snatch up your tickets immediately because they're going to go. But the energy of that show though was amazing. I'd never been to a drag show before. It was amazing. It's a bucket list event. Like, you got to see it. See it to believe it. Yeah.
All right. So if you want tickets to the drag show or any of the events coming to the Frank, it's pretty easy. You just visit thefrank.org. Cool.
Yeah.
I hope you guys at the Frank Center have a great 2023.
Thank you so much.
Sounds like you've got great acts.
Absolutely.
And great events for the year.
We stay busy.
Obviously. Thanks so much. Good to see you, Jake.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Jake Gates is the executive director at the Frank Center for the Arts in Marshall.